So hi everyone, I'm Adrienne Everheart. I am a feminine energy therapist. I am a coach who actually trains women for their dating and relationship how to get more in touch with their feminine energy. Now we actually have both energies in us. We have feminine and masculine energy, as do men. But it has been my experience and the experience of many of my clients and people over at I Heart Love Academy that when you're in your feminine energy, you not only feel better, but your relationship functions on a higher level with more understanding, more communication, and things like that. So today I'm going to tell you 5 ways to instantly be more feminine. These are things that when I first started learning about feminine energy and I was putting together everything I had learned from feminist theory to studying, 18th century, 19th century poetry and literature, and just how feminine qualities and this theory got brought into our culture and into society through storytelling, things like this. I don't want to bore you with all the details how I put this together, but just learning about the polarity between a man and a woman and how we are inherently different. Our DNA is different. The sperm pursues the egg does not pursue the sperm. And just, men are stronger than us. They have more muscle mass, they have more testosterone, things like this. So man feels good when he's got lots of testosterone. And so when a woman's in her feminine energy, he will feel better, you will feel better, and everybody is happy. So try to open up your mind to not like, I'm doing this for my man. You are doing this for you. It's going to help you with career, how you feel, in all aspects of your life, and especially your relationship. So let's get started. This is 5 ways to be more feminine. Again, these are the first things that I really learned about being in my feminine energy. And so I'm only going to give you 5. I could probably give you 20, but I just want you to take these 5, use them as your homework, write them down as I go through them, and see if you can't implement them just starting right now. No matter if you're dating, you're married, you're single, you're going through a breakup, see if you can't start using these with all men and really with everyone in your life, and just see what benefit you start to receive. Now, as always, I saved the most raciest one for number 5, so make sure you stick around. And at the end of this live video, I'm going to do some Q&A. And if you're interested in Q&A, try and put yourself in their position when they're asking the question and see if you can't benefit from it that way, all right? So number 1 is to have no outcome in mind. And that's really hard to tell someone. It's like, you're talking to this man, you're talking to your husband, you're talking to your boyfriend. I have no outcome. It's okay to want things to end well, like if you're having an argument or something. But I want you to just have no outcome with what you're saying and what you're seeking. So before you send a man a text message or before you say something to your husband, ask yourself, do I have an outcome in mind for him to follow by me saying this? Am I asking this to get an outcome or a result out of him? And just see how often you're saying things because you're really looking for that man to say something back to you that you want to hear. And I want you to just begin to observe how innocently but manipulative we can be with language. Just begin to notice it. That you can go deeper with my Fem Tools program or even with 500 Ways ebook, but just start to notice, I'm saying this because I want him to do this. I want him to acknowledge it. I want him to say thank you. I want him to comment on how pretty I look today. Just begin to notice it, okay? That's number 1. Number 2, this is, what do you feel? So many of you tell me, Adrienne, I have such a difficult time connecting with my body and finding what I'm feeling. And I was totally in the same boat with you. I was like, I don't know what I feel. I was so used to just, I'm thinking something and then I'm acting on it, but between that thought and that action, I really was feeling something. Or sometimes, I would find myself feeling like blue or unloved or like I'm not getting enough attention. That's what I was feeling. Well, what was I thinking? So keep in mind that you're always in some sort of circumstance, Then you have a thought, and then you have a feeling. So I want you to begin to pay attention, finding what you're feeling. Like, I'm feeling sad, or I'm feeling like he's angry with me, or I'm not feeling enough, whatever it may be, or I'm feeling lonely. What thought are you thinking before that? What thought are you thinking? Now here's the kicker. You can change what you're thinking. You can change what you're thinking. And now I'm not saying like, hey, make this radical jump from like, I'm alone. I've been in lockdown. I've been in, quarantining myself, or I just work all these hours and I come home and it's just me and my cat. I'm alone. There's no changing that, right? It doesn't mean you have to feel lonely and sad and helpless. So you want to actually figure out what it is you do want to be feeling. That could be something like comforted, or entertained, or warm, or cozy. And you just want to kind of begin to shift in that other direction and begin to think thoughts. What would make me feel cozy? What would make me feel warm? What am I here to learn by feeling lonely right now? Just ask yourself some good questions. Get your thoughts in a new direction. You will begin to feel differently. Use this with your man too. It's the questions that we're asking ourselves, it's the thought that we're thinking, it's the feeling we're having. So I'm all about finding what you feel, but also about mastering your thoughts with this. We are not just letting our, brain run rampant with us, because believe me, it will. All right? So that's another one. You're going to have to observe yourself. What am I feeling? What did I just think before I had that feeling? Right? Okay? This is good exercises for you all. Number 3, and I really don't like this one. It's my least favorite. No one owes you anything. No one owes you anything. Not your parents, not your boyfriend, not your husband, not your kids. No one owes you anything. And I really wish that were not true. But when you can come from this detached place of, if my husband is nice to me, if my husband mows the grass, if my husband comments and says I'm beautiful, if he smiles at me, if he makes an effort to put on a clean shirt or be in a good mood or whatever it is, that's wonderful. That's amazing. But he doesn't owe me that. He doesn't owe me that. The only thing I owe is to myself. So this is where, there's Minnie in the background. This is where you can get in touch with, like, what is it I'm really wanting? What is it I'm really needing here? Because I'm looking to other people to give it to me. And you're always going to be disappointed if that's what you're doing. So no one owes you anything. Early on in dating, he doesn't even owe to remember your name. He doesn't owe you anything. You're observing him. You're seeing what he can and cannot do. And you're ultimately taking care of yourself. So you see how these are hitting hard? These are difficult ones. But if you can make an effort to practice these, you're going to begin to feel more feminine, feel that softer energy coming in, where you're not controlling things, you're not controlling outcome, and you're not living in this world where you're constantly disappointed by what men do or don't do. Okay? So let's move to the next one. This is my favorite. Drop saying, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and drop saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. So I have a really popular blog post about how women say I'm sorry way more than men. And, another one is, I understand. Don't say you understand when you don't understand. So we just say these things in our language. I'm sorry. Thank you. And I understand. No, you don't. No, you don't understand. And he doesn't really need praise with all this thank you, thank you, thank you. He would much rather hear how you feel in your body. Now, men like to know they're making us happy. Men like to know that they're pleasing us and we're having an experience because of them. And if you doubt that, just think of the last time a man gave you an orgasm. He wanted to know all about it. He wanted to know it felt good. He wanted to know what was going right. He liked that you were happy. So instead of like, how can I praise my man? He's doing something good. Tell him how you feel. Instead of thank you, how do you feel? Oh, I feel like a little, garden nymph with this newly mowed grass. That's how I feel. Now that is how I feel. That may not be how you feel. You have to find your own voice in this, okay? In my ebook, 500 Ways, I teach you how to do that. Now, the time that I think it is okay to say thank you is when a man does an action for you. When he brings in the groceries, when he moves some furniture, when he brings home all the takeout and goes out into that COVID world to do all the grocery shopping, thank you. He's doing an action for you, okay? But when he says, oh, you look pretty tonight, don't say thank you. If he takes you out to dinner, don't say thank you for dinner. Say, oh, dinner felt so. Tonight I felt so warm and cozy. It felt so yummy in my tummy. Get inside your body. The man is going to be happy you're taking him there inside your body. He lives in the outside man's world all day long. He just wants a trip inside you. And that's where feminine energy comes in, okay? You're soft enough, you're vulnerable enough that you can invite him in, all right? It's a fun one to watch men's reactions with that one. Now the last one is to get out of his mind and get into yours. 9 times out of 10 when I receive a coaching call or a comment on I Heart Love Academy, which is over on Facebook, I hear that a woman says, this is what this man is going through. And I had the same thing when I first met Jeff. I was like, his dad died, his mom died, he lost his job, this happened, that happened, this is going on. That is his problems. Get out of his mind. Get out of his mind. Well, I know he's going through a divorce, and I know his kids, or one of his kids is acting up, and I know he's having money problems. It doesn't matter. Get out of his mind. Get out of it. Get into yours. Get into your body. Because I talk about that caramel apple. When I was a little kid, we used to make caramel apples. And I found out that you could take the caramel and actually peel it off the apple and just eat the caramel, right? Forget the apple. You're peeling off that energy like you're peeling the caramel off that apple. You're taking all your energy and focus off of him. When you get together with your girlfriends, you can feel so powerful and settled and confident and whole in your energy if you don't talk about the man. When you call your mom up, when you go out with your friends, whatever it is, don't focus on the man. Get out of his world. Watch how you feel. How you feel so supported because you're not living the energy version of two people. You're being a woman. You're not being a woman plus a man. Okay, it's a different world. You're not here to fix him. He may have all these problems. You are not here to fix him. Okay, so I've given you some good homework. Quick recap. Speak with no outcome in mind. Ask yourself, like, why am I saying this right now? What do you feel? Notice the thought that you're having before what you feel. Just begin to observe this, all right? Number 3, no one owes you anything. Everything is a wonderful act of compassion or kindness if it is good for you, and treat it that way. And begin to see how less and less your energy is in the world of disappointment. Okay? Number 4, drop thank you, I'm sorry, I understand, and all these other phatic forms of communication we say. I want you to say thank you when a man does an action for you. Otherwise, tell him how you feel in your body. The more you can share with a man how good you feel in your body, the more you get him hooked. I think it's about to start raining, so let me hurry up. And the last one's get out of his mind and get into yours. He is not your project. He is not here for you to fix or focus on. So ladies, if this video has been helpful so far, please give me thumbs up, hit that like button so I know you like this video. And if you aren't subscribed to me already, please take a moment and subscribe. That's what keeps me, working hard here on YouTube, is your subscriptions and your likes. And it's totally free to do all of those things. But it just supports me and it helps other women find me here in YouTube world. All right, so let's take a couple of questions. Someone says, I know your man doesn't owe you anything, but is love conditional? How can you have boundaries but still be free from outcome and feminine? Okay, so how can you be free of an outcome, but also have boundaries? Well, that's totally easy. Boundaries are, I like, I don't like. Okay, a guy calls you up 3 in the morning, hey baby, I'm missing you, can you come over? There's a part of you that's like, oh my God, I'm totally excited. That would be so much fun. There's another part of you that's like, I really want to have a relationship with this person. I don't want to be a one-night stand. And the more I do this with him, the more he's just going to see me in that light. That's a boundary. You've just discovered what you don't like. So you can say, you know, I feel really tempted to do this, but I'm looking for regular dating and a long-term loving relationship. And what I'm doing, it's not upholding that. That's a boundary. And it's feminine because you spoke from your body. Okay? You told him how you feel. Let me scroll back up. I would love a marriage question, if you have one, for those who are married or in relationships as well. I'm going to go to the next one that popped up. How do you behave when a guy is going through very hard times, like losing his jobs, his parents, how to support him in a feminine way? I so could write the book on this one, because that's how, you know, that's like how Jeff and I first met. He was going through the same thing, and it's tough because you're not going to feel like his priority, because you're not. So a man has to feel really stable, and he has to be ready for the responsibilities of a relationship. So a man takes a relationship and marriage very, very seriously, and he won't get involved with one, not on a deeper level, until his world is more level and his world is more consistent. And that is for him to figure out and for him to resolve. Now, you can continue to date him and you can say, I feel so helpless with everything you're going through. Will you let me know if there's something I can do? And take time to just listen, but don't become his therapist. And practice my really, really get him tool, which is noticing what emotion he's wearing on his face. Like, he could be like, you know, telling you about something that looks sad, and say, oh, you must just feel so sad. That's all you have to say. And he'll say, I do. Or he'll say, I'm not. Doesn't matter. You're connecting with him when you do this. I'm going to take one more question. And again, if you posted it and it's about marriage or relationship, I would love to take one more of those. If someone has one, I'm going to go to my chat. Nothing's popping up. Someone said, why is it when I want his attention, he's not around, and when I don't want his attention, he's there? That's just the polarity of the energies, but give it some time to balance out. You're going through the process. And so just like manifestation, you know, you can really work on manifesting a particular thing, but it takes a while to unfold. You're getting there. You're getting there. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. Oh, goodness. I lost you. How do you do all this in a natural way and balance having a conversation where you have an opinion and offer your views and are interesting, but also staying feminine and not overthinking? Go back to tip number 1, which is, am I seeking a specific outcome by saying this? Am I seeking to impress? Am I wanting to share because it's just, I'm bubbling over and I can't wait to share this with a person? Try to see if you can look at it from like, do I have a motive telling this person this? So let's say he's a Trump supporter and, you know, you're of a completely different mindset. Well, when nobody owes anybody anything, you know, and politics is a tough one, you can just let that person have their opinion. And you can say, oh, do you want to know what I think? Or, oh, I agree with you on that, but do you know are you curious, you know, what I think about it? And if that person disagrees with you and that conversation becomes a source of conflict, don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. So a big one that happens with my husband is that he's a very sensitive guy. He's very sensitive. And he'll hear something as a criticism when I don't mean it as a criticism at all. But he will go kind of to the defensive and he'll get confused. And he'll say, I don't understand why you're saying this. I don't understand what you mean by that. And I'll say, here's what I mean. I used to go, oh honey, let me explain it to you. Let me start from A and work to Z and explain it. But now I go, oh my goodness, I'm sorry you're confused. This is what I'm saying. And if he says, well, I don't understand, how do you feel that? And I say, baby, I don't know. You're gonna have to work that out on your own. I don't know. Here's how I feel. And you leave him with it. So the more often you can leave a man, I call it holding the bag. You leave him holding that bag, he's got a whole lot of stuff to sort through in that bag. And you just leave him with it and go, baby, I don't know. You're gonna have to figure that one out. Don't explain, don't defend. I should have added that to this list. It's really, really very helpful advice. I'm gonna take one more question and then I gotta go. And ladies, if I'm helping you, please give my video a thumbs up. I would love to hit at least 100 thumbs up before we get off this live stream. That would just like make my day in YouTube world. Oh my goodness, I just did it. Well, bye. No, I'll stick around. I'll take another couple questions. Maria says, my guy's a lot younger and I'm having trouble leaning back. Any advice? He even said the other day he feels that he can't make me happy. Oh, have I heard that one? So when a man says, I can't make you happy, I would like you to go 2 weeks without any type of criticism at all, okay? Nothing. And I need to practice what I preach. Earlier today we were doing yard work. My husband put out these little mushrooms and I said, that is not where I wanted those. And he goes, I can't do anything right. I told you he was sensitive. And I was like, where are you getting that from? You see, they are hearing it as a criticism. So for 2 weeks, and I'm not saying you get to give up doing having your boundaries and things like this, but for 2 weeks, I want you to practice, all of you, if you're having trouble with your guy, complain about nothing. Complain about nothing and only share positive feeling statements from your body. Like, oh, the yard looks so pretty. Let's say he put out the lawn ornaments in a way you didn't want them. Say, aw, it looks so cute. Where are the rest of them? And then you just set them aside and you go out there and garden one day and you do it the way you want to do it. All right? You can do something too. And he might say, why'd you change that? I did it just for you. Say, I don't know. I was just feeling like I'd like it better this way. And that's the truth. You see. I see that Luna Lawless is answering some questions. Luna's one of my assistants, so I'm glad she's here. She's answering some Q&A for me. All right, ladies, y'all are so amazing. I could just stay here with you all day. Minnie's wandering around in the garden, and we're all having a good time. One more question: how to stay positive when your partner is not helping, and with responsibilities and you're being overburdened. You know, that's something I talk about in 500 Ways to Talk to a Man, which is my ebook. In that ebook, the first part of it is I teach you how to get in touch with your feelings and what you're feeling in your body. So, what do you feel? You know, I'm feeling helpless. I'm feeling all alone. I'm feeling scared. I'm feeling so tired. These are the things that you want to say, and you say it to him knowing that he might go, really, you're tired? Throw it out the window. Okay, he might do that. But you got to just say it and just say it once. And also, in my book, I talk about letting things pile up. Just like, don't do them. You got to let them pile up because he's waiting you out. It might not even be conscious. It might be kind of an unconscious, subconscious thing he's doing. He's waiting you out because he knows you're eventually going to pick up his towel. You're eventually going to, you know, take out the trash because he's not. You can also at some point say, we need to have a meeting. You're putting on your boy pants. We need to have a meeting. Take out your binder, have your notebook open. Say, these are the tasks in the house weekly need to get done. How can we divide them up so we're all helping? You're now putting the problem into his hands to fix. And he might say, I don't know how to fix this problem. I don't know how to do all this chores. This is woman work. And laugh and go, oh, you're really funny. But really, how can we fix this? How can we do all this? This is a lot of work, you know? and I'm feeling so scared and nervous about it every week. I don't know what to do. What can we do? I want to fix this. Very powerful things. I have 130 likes. Thank you guys. Please give me some likes and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I love being here for you and helping you all, and I get emails and messages every day about how I'm helping I get wedding pictures, engagement pictures, and I love it. I love it because I'm getting to share with you something that was such a massive problem for me my whole life. I was just driving guy after guy after guy away because I didn't know how to speak to a man. I only knew how to be in my business mind and in my professional, suit with a man. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. And as always, if I didn't get to your question, feel free to ask it in the comments section and we'll get around to it. Have an awesome rest of your weekend and much love. Mwah. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.